Remember when $250 million was a lot to spend on a movie? That was the budget for Titanic, which for years and years stayed the most expensive movie of all time, and the most successful. $250 million is the price tag of Amazon's new holiday movie, The Red One, starring Dwayne Peas in Bottles Johnson and Captain America himself, Chris Pine. And honestly, I thought Ryan Reynolds was starring in this movie until I started making this video, just because it is the exact type of overbloated CGI corporate bullshit that he would normally sign on for. Although, if you update for inflation, $250 million is actually closer to $500 million in today's money, which really is an unbelievable amount of money to spend on a movie, even though it is good as fuck.
No, not without you. You jump by jump right.
The dollar is worth almost twice what it was 30 years ago, yet I'm certainly not being paid twice what I was 30 years ago when I was a fetus. What is up, chicken butts? Today we are going to be going through some of the most brutal reviews of the new holiday movie, The Red One. The incomprehensible plot of this 2-hour commercial for Amazon Prime is as follows. The Mythological Oversight and Restoration Authority, MORA, is a military organization that oversees and protects a secret peace treaty between mythological creatures and humanity. So it's like an alternate universe to ours where mythological creatures exist. We meet Callum Drift, a character name so stupid it wasn't even used for the Fast and Furious franchise, who is the head of this security team, the Enforcement, Logistics, and Fortification Squad, or ELF. He's planning on retiring after this one last Christmas run. Never heard that plot line before. And we can only hope that he will find the spirit of Christmas again within him and decide not to retire. Because if there's one thing that Hollywood and corporations like Amazon love to shove down our throats, it's the idea that we should be working until the day we die. But when Santa is kidnapped on Christmas Eve, his team learns that the secret location of the North Pole has been compromised by prolific hacker Jack O'Malley, who claims he can find anything in the world, who is, of course, the character played by Chris Rock. Coincidentally, master hacker Jack O'Malley has spent his life trying to debunk and prove that there is no Santa Claus. So apparently, the idea of just like a friendly man who gives to everyone is still too hard to believe in a world where mythological creatures exist. But anyway, he didn't even know that his hack was tied to the North Pole. He was just doing a job for Anonymous, or an anonymous buyer. He was just doing a job for an anonymous buyer. So there's also Zoe, and she's another one of the head honchos of a North Pole squad, and she is played by Lucy Liu, who is so hot, I can't believe she didn't melt all the snow on set. But she offers master hacker Jack O'Malley a deal where if he will track down Santa Claus, because of course he can find anything in the world, she will double his pay of what the anonymous buyer paid him to hack. She's also going to put a tracker in him so she knows where he goes. So I'm just assuming it's an anal probe. So this is where our plot has our meet cute and brings Callum Drift together with master hacker Jack O'Malley. They are going to now get together to track down the hacker, or track down the broker who arranged the deal for this Santa kidnapping spree, who is in Aruba, which really just feels like The Rock wanted to go to Aruba. But oh my gosh, first twist, the Christmas twist, Christmas Twister, a holiday tornado movie. Somebody's probably already made that. Christmas Twister. That's good.
Are you serious right now, bro? Like, are you serious right now?
It's a twister. A Christmas twister. A twister for Christmas.
I've been off my ADHD meds because of pharmacy issues. So, first Christmas twist of the season is that the kidnapper is the Winter Witch. Sabrina, the teenage Christmas witch. I think her name's Gryla. She is a witch. So she knows she's being spoken about, and so she sends her team of abominable snow people to eliminate these two. But of course, the Snow Army is no match for our heroes. We're talking about, what is the not Shazam man called? Black Adam. So Callum the Rock Drift suspects that Sabrina the Teenage Christmas Witch is actually working with Krampus. Krampus? Crabby ass. Santa's like demonic evil brother, who it turns out was the original creator of the Naughty List, which I hope you don't find yourself on that shit this year. Who did you vote for? It's like the Heat Miser and Snow Miser. Is that what they're called? Oh, I think that Krampus also used to fuck Sabrina. So once again, there's like Krampus and abominable snow people and a witch, but Kristen Stewart was still out to prove Santa. Just Santa didn't exist. He's where we crossed the line. So they go to Krabby Ass and they ask him for help. And of course he's like, nah, get somebody else to do it. So Master Hacker Jack O'Malley says, no, I challenge you to a game called Krampus Schlap, where he is able to recover Callum Drift's magical gauntlet, which they use to escape. Meanwhile, across town, the Christmas witch is keeping Santa in a vault that is siphoning away his magic while also keeping him unconscious. And now she debuts. Why don't I remember how to pronounce any words? Now she premieres her magical snow globe prison, which she wants to use to lock up every kid on the naughty list forever. I don't even know if I'm doing it like he did it in that movie. She decides to test the prison first on Jack and Jack's estranged son, Dylan. So they're put into these permanent snow globe prisons right next to each other. And essentially they have a heart-to-heart, which overwhelms the magic of the snow globes and causes them to break, and they are free. This witch kind of sucks. That is Sabrina's entire plan. That I guess she really needed her aunts around to consult.
Want to see me do a spit take?
But alas, they're free. So the too hot to handle Lucy Liu is with Mr. Drift, and they find Master Hacker Jack O'Malley at the North Pole by following the tracker that they put up his butt. And this is the second Christmas twist of the season. They were at the North Pole the whole time. The Winter Witch just was squatting at the North Pole, and she's using Santa's magical toy duplicating equipment to mass produce these really poorly designed snow globe prisons so that, you know, they can get them out and get all the kids inside. They didn't need to really look anywhere. He was there the whole time. It's like, what was that? Bubble Boy? Not Bubble Boy. Who was the boy that was like Balloon Boy? Balloon Boy. Oh my God, our son, he's in the sky. But they're actually just keeping him in the basement. Oh, and the witch's henchmen have also been keeping Mrs. Claus and other North Pole staff members hostage. Knowing that the main characters are here, so it must be reaching the climax. Oh, Gryla. I can't even say that name. Sabrina the Winter Christmas Witch. She's taking unconscious Daddy Claus and tries to escape, and Mr. Draft and Master Hacker Jack O'Malley have to pull out all the stops to stop her. So she has no other choice but to take on her true form, which is a Christmas ogre. So really, she was like a Christmas version of Fiona the whole time. I guess she just needs to sing a little, right? Just before Winter Witch Ogre, Sabrina, is able to defeat our main characters, who shows up just in time to save the day? Madam Web. No, I'm just kidding. Krampus! Krampus got his Krampusy to set to save the day. I'm so sorry. I'm probably losing subscribers with every second of this video, which reminds me, please like, share, and subscribe. I do have a lot of stuff in the bank ready to post. Well, not ready to post. That's why it's not posted. Ready to edit. But if you don't know, I've been finishing up my first feature film, which is a lot of work. It's really hard and it's really stressful. I'm editing it by myself because obviously it's like no budget. It just, I'm kind of a perfectionist, whether this video, indicates that or not. I thought it would be done by now. Krampus shows up to help, allowing them to stop the witch's escape with Santa, and they are able to imprison Sabrina inside one of her own snow globes, which of course she's not gonna have a change of heart, so she's fucked. But what's that? It's still Christmas Eve, not Christmas Steve. And so now everyone jumps into gear to salvage the holiday, of course. Master Hacker Jack O'Malley and his son, who, he had the touching moment escaping the globes, join Daddy Claus in his sleigh to deliver the presents, and Callum the Rack Draft is so moved by the love between father and son and Krampus and Santa that he decides that, you know what? He's got a few holiday seasons left in him after all. And he's not going to retire. Aside from the absolute incomprehensible, overstuffed plot, the movie just looks fucking atrocious. Like, the effects are bad and overused, and the colors are desaturated. It just looks like the worst of the worst Marvel moments. Honestly, like, why does everything have to look like this now? And one of the main reasons that the movie is as expensive as it is because The Rock was paid $50 million. And then he ends up driving the budget way up during filming by regularly arriving 7 to 8 hours late to the set, which sounds unreal. Like, that's 8 hours late. That's a no call, no show. You missed your shift, dude. The whole day is done. I'm thinking, this cannot be true, right? But then Dwayne actually confirmed this is correct. He does regularly lose track of time and find himself arriving 7 to 8 hours late. This is the dude who pisses into plastic bottles in a shared workspace on set because he just refuses to take the time to go all the way to the bathroom while he's filming something. Maybe you'd have more time to take a normal, appropriate bathroom break if you showed up 8 hours ago when the rest of us got here. He also just said that he thinks that if you buy a ticket to a movie, you have every right to sing along. It was in reference to Wicked and Moana 2. And I just want to say, shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up. Go to the sing-along screenings. I love that they do that. And there's going to be people who have the best time of their lives there, though I think it sounds like literal hell. No, you have no right to be disruptive to other people's experience, but I can't be surprised that this man who openly cares for no one but himself would suggest that. There's also the fact that there were like dozens, if not hundreds of other people waiting on this dude to show up. Producers, director, assistants, all the people that keep a film set running smoothly. There's probably extras waiting around. All of these people, of course, none of them are getting extra pay to be there. But he's driving the budget up because the producers might need to give a new meal that they weren't planning because they didn't think people were going to be there for another mealtime. It's going to drive the budget up exponentially when the production is unable to at all adhere to the original planned schedule. And he even said that not only was he 7 to 8 hours late regularly, but that he would just miss filming days. Literally no call, no show. The unbelievable level of disrespect and unprofessionalism that this dude is able to celebrate getting away with while collecting over $50 million to act in this movie. I hate it here. It's really fascinating to watch this man baby speedrun the end of his career. I feel like only a few years ago, this man had most young men in this country in the palm of his hand. Like, he was the perfect dude's bro. And now he just keeps releasing terrible movie after terrible movie. You know, he's going to change the hierarchy of the DC universe. How did that go, Mr. Dwayne? How did that go? Just the shittiest movies while acting cockier and douchebaggier every day. Literally, imagine thinking that you are God's gift to cinema and the world while starring in some of the worst movies of all time. I don't know how much Christopher Walken was paid to star in the movie as Master Hacker Jack O'Malley, but according to Variety, his asking price starts at $20 million, and he received extra bonuses on top of that because the movie was like, it had a deal where they knew ahead of time it was going to be streaming sooner than, you know, some other movies, and so actors get to build in extra pay because they're losing some of those box office receipts they would otherwise potentially get. Very long story long, this movie was never going to be a success. The typical go-to guessing system for figuring out if a movie is going to break even, you multiply the budget by 2.5 to accommodate for all of the money that goes into marketing a movie. Like, just the $17 billion that they've spent to market Wicked. Then, of course, the movie theaters also keep half of the box office receipts, which it's not exactly half, but we know that Amazon spent well over $100 million to market The Red One. So to approach breaking even, this movie would have to make almost $1 billion. That can't be too hard, right? I'm sure a ton of movies this year have made $1 billion. They can sell all the merchandise that they want, and maybe it'll be a big hit when it becomes free to stream on Prime, but there's no possibility that this will be a successful film in terms of traditional box office. Like, it is a disaster, honestly. Variety also went on to say that a company like Amazon can afford to have a rounding error, like a $300 million loss on a movie. Imagine if our movie studios went back to seeing their creations as art instead of a product, or even worse, a tax write-off. $1 million these days would be considered a small budget movie, I think. But just imagine a production studio who dishes out $1 million to creators and artists. They could have funded 250 to 300 movies for the price of The Red One. Even if we double or triple it, knowing you could fund dozens of movies. And yeah, they might not all be new classics. Part of art is taking risks. We don't want to watch a movie and feel like we've seen everything before. Not everything is going to work, but by allowing these creators to take risks with smaller budgets, we would just see such an unbelievable renaissance in our film releases. Not to say there's not still good stuff that exists. There's a movie, I think it's called Viral, that's coming out soon, and it's really, really good. Before we dismiss class for the day, we'll go through some of the funniest reviews, because even though The Red One may be a lump of coal, Letterboxd is the gift that keeps on giving. God damn, that's so stupid. From Gina, it's a 1 hour-long Christmas commercial for Coca-Cola or something. Although at least this one isn't made with AI. From Jamie, this must be what a lobotomy feels like. It's called Red One because they only read one draft of the script before making this. I think it's time we start comparing The Rock to Osama bin Laden. Agreed. Watched 35 seconds with no sound, pretty much got the gist. That just awoke a memory I had deleted from my brain. Whenever they dropped the first trailer for this, I saw it. I think it came up on YouTube while I had watched something else, and I did have the sound off, and I was 100% sure that what I was seeing was like a T-Mobile commercial or like a Verizon Christmas campaign, because it looked like such a joke. It looked like such a joke. The highlight of the entire experience was when I accidentally bit my tongue, because not only was it surprising, but it actually made me feel something. More than can be said about any film Dwayne Johnson has ever been in. God, I hope he reads these and cries. I want my $10 back, but hey, gave it 2 stars. This looks like it should have been released in 2016. You could even bump that up to like 2006. $250 million budget and pee bottles for this. That should be on the poster. Don't care about finding Santa. How about we find Chris Evans a better agent? No, I mean, I get why The Rock is going to do some shit like this, but like, Kristen, you can say yes to anything. You could say yes to the dress. And you said yes to this. I mean, if I was an actor, I get wanting to be, I mean, I am an actor, but I'm not. If I was, a picky, choosy actor, picking and choosing the movies I was going to star in, like I would want to be in a Christmas movie or several. Like it'd be fun to think, oh, I'm going to be in a new holiday classic I can share with my family or whatever. Of course, this was not it. Just dull and slow and lame and ugly, the badness of a long bus ride, the badness of low expectations not being met. Sounds like my relationship with my ex. This movie looks like a Fortnite battle pass derogatory. I do think the joke of putting derogatory in parentheses is funny, but I have no clue what the rest of that means. Every time I think the human race is capable of something more, they do something like this. Me on November 6th, 2024. Look on the bright side, Dwayne. You made a holiday movie worse than 8 Crazy Nights. That's commendable in its own way. 8 Crazy Nights is bad, certainly, and has a lot of humor that I find deplorable, but there's actually a lot of good in there as well. It's the freaking animators of the Iron Giant. Like, the animation is better than a lot of animated movies. It's just a damn shame that Adam Sandler-ing a movie made for iPad kids to watch on 2x speed while they try to get a victory royale fighting in Slurpee Swamp. All of that could be either real or made up, and I would have no idea. And I would say, as a viewer, I'm kind of out of the phase now, but I was in a long reality TV phase, and I enjoyed being able to bump up the speed to 1.5 or so. That's how I listen to audiobooks or podcasts. But a movie, it hurts my soul
to think of a movie or even television. Those are pieces of art that, assumingly, the editors, directors, creators intend to be the length and pace that they are given to you at, which I'm sure, the editors of Real Housewives would say the same thing.
Some movies leave you in awe of the human spirit, fill you with a wonder at the power of cinema. They remind you of why you love movies so much. This movie will make you want to read a book. I've seen porn with more pathos and gravitas. Krampus made me feel funny. I really like the beginning of this one because it sounds like it's like a Nicole Kidman AMC advertisement.
Some movies leave you in awe. This movie will make you want to read a book.
Chris Evans did Knives Out, then decided he's never going to be in a good movie ever again. A lot of actors do that. They're like, I got this Oscar, I'm going to go be in Catwoman. I got this Oscar, I'm going to go be in... I was going to say Amy Adams. What is Amy Adams doing? But I don't think she has an Oscar.
You just have to say that you're fine when you're not really fine.
Cheers, Dwayne. The Nans just converted the family to Jehovah's Witnesses because of this. No more Christmas for us. Anyway, we're going to call it there. This has been so much more time than I anticipated spending talking about this piece of shit. Don't forget to like, share, comment. I would love to know what you like about me. If you have mean things to say, make them be about the red one. Enjoy your turkey if you're into that. Enjoy your tofurkey if you're into that. Help me. The Sabrina the Teenage Witch locked me in this snow globe prison. You can help me get out by liking and sharing and subscribing. If I escape, I'll see you soon in the next video. Otherwise, I hope someone will tell my family where to locate my corpse. Happy holidays.